Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. Welcome to Gilead apparently, because Texas just passed a new brutal anti-abortion law. Now, to broadly sum up, the law allows private individuals to sue violators of a ban on abortion after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. I'll get to that in a second. Usually at around 6 weeks of pregnancy. Anyone who provides or assists prohibited abortions can be sued, and plaintiffs are entitled to $10,000 in damages. The law makes no exemptions in the case of rape or incest, because of fucking course not. And it came into effect at midnight of Wednesday because the Supreme Court failed to act on it. It's a very conservative Supreme Court now, surprise, surprise. Now, here's the thing. The law prohibits abortions whenever an ultrasound can detect a heartbeat, but that's a very misleading term because what they detect as a heartbeat at 6 weeks is technically impossible because fetuses don't have hearts at that developmental stage. It's also very problematic in the sense that most people who end up wanting to get an abortion for a variety of reasons aren't aware that they're even pregnant at 6 weeks. So in a way, they're just criminalizing ignorance. Now, here's how this new law basically skirts around Roe v. Wade, which says, no, you know what? People are entitled to abortion access. What this does is it takes the state out of the equation. In a really terrifying way, it's somewhat brilliant because SB 8, this bill in question, provides enforcement only by private citizens who would sue abortion providers and anyone involved in aiding or abetting an abortion after a heartbeat is detected. So in other words, it's the state giving permission to an unofficial snitch line for abortion providers. So they can just point the finger and accuse someone, they had an abortion and it was definitely after 6 weeks. How dare you? Shame! Shame! And apparently those bastards are entitled to $10,000 in compensation for ratting someone out. So unfortunately, those in the courts right now trying to challenge this from a legal perspective, there isn't really a lot of ground to go on because it has basically been utterly decentralized and privatized in a really weird way. The state isn't trying to enforce anything, so it can't be against the state. It instead has to be against private citizens who unfortunately have been empowered by this new bill to get compensation for ratting out people for having abortions. So not only is this a way to try and publicly shame women and those who need an abortion, but the other sinister part of this is that those people now entitled to financial compensation, well, it's not the state that's going to provide it. It's probably going to have to be the defendant who, oh, look, you totally broke the law providing abortions, especially if it's, a backroom illegal abortion. You broke the law. That means you got to pay up. And so this is going to be used to target abortion clinics and Planned Parenthood and just abortion providers. And it's going to bankrupt them. And then anyone trying to get a safe, legal abortion is going to have to go far outside of state, which unfortunately, if it's the result of one from incest or rape, and if you're poor, you're probably not going to have a lot of luck getting out of state to do that. And in case people think, oh, you're overreacting, this isn't going to become like Gilead, people are going to just arbitrarily snitch, it's already happened. Texas Right to Life, the biggest anti-abortion organization in the state, do plan to start suing those they believe violate SB 8. The organization has even set up a whistleblower website where anyone can file anonymous tips about illegal abortions. In August, a viral tweet brought attention to the website, leading to thousands of people from around the world to flood it with fraudulent tips. No doubt, it's only going to get worse from here. This is a very dark and depressing day for women, not just in Texas, but in the United States, because now conservatives and the far right, the evangelical right, the whatever they call themselves, theocratic fascists now or whatever, the Lord has shown them the way right now. The conservative Supreme Court isn't going to challenge bills like this, which means unfortunately now we are going to see similar bills pop up in a variety of red states. So like I said, welcome to Gilead, people. And sadly, That is not hyperbole. And that is definitely what's bothering me today. But there's another piece of this. It's ever so tangential, but it's just the cherry on top that is absolutely infuriating me today. A lot of these very same people who have the audacity to, with a straight face, reduce the rights of women and limit access and create a terrible situation for millions of their fellow Texans. These same people who take issue with abortion are also the ones currently saying, because of mask mandates and vaccines, my body, my choice. How fucking dare they? And the fact that they are doing this without a shred of self-realization or self-awareness or irony, they are what's bothering me today.